Greetings, brothers and sisters. Hello and welcome to Eva's House of Spirit. I'm Eva, and tonight I kind of wanted to share some thoughts that I have about a recent news story. Many of you have obviously heard about the shooting in Charleston, South Carolina, where a guy named Dylan Roof. I'm sure you've heard the story that this guy went into a church, into a Bible study, and he sat there, with this congregation of people, listened to the whole Bible study, whatever, and then proceeded to kill 9 people. What's on my mind? There are so many things going through my mind and so many feelings that I'm feeling. I'm really pissed off about the whole thing. I found out about this actually on the internet. I don't have TV, believe it or not. A while ago, I mean, it's been a few years now. I haven't had TV. I get my news from either internet sources or from news in print, or just from word of mouth, things like that. Long story, it wasn't, paying for cable TV wasn't making sense for my husband and I, so we just canceled our whole cable TV thing. We just have our internet, we have our cell phones, and that's all we really need. But that's a whole nother whatever aside. So I wanted to talk about my feelings and thoughts about this whole thing. Mainly what I'm feeling is that this whole thing, this whole entire situation should not have even happened. And that's a given, obviously. Of course it shouldn't have happened, but what I mean by that is I'm sure there were signs. I'm sure there were so many red flags staring so many people in the face. People in the inner circle of this guy Dylan Roof's life, family, friends, just people associated with him closely. From what I've seen and read, he was part of hate groups, supposedly this guy would just sit at home, he was disturbed, he was popping pills, things like that. Supposedly, he got into all sorts of trouble and this and that and the other thing. Now, kids are not born like this. Somewhere along the line, something started to go the wrong way. And I'm sure that people that were close to this guy, I'm sure that people saw this. His parents, where the hell were they? His friends seeing signs. Everybody seeing signs. Where were they? You know what I feel like, honestly? Maybe some people will think I'm harsh for saying this. I think that the blood of the people that died is very much on the hands of all of the people who sat there and watched, the people, that were the family, the friends of this guy, all the people that watched all these red flags springing up and didn't do anything, not a damn thing to intervene. Again, kids aren't born like this. It's not like, whoa, you're popped out of your mom and suddenly you're going to go shoot people. That's not how it works. People become like this when they become like this. There's a lot of things that happen between point A of birth and point B of, whoa, what the hell did you just do? So, yeah, what I feel like is, where the fuck, you know what, I'm just gonna say it, where the fuck were his parents? Where the fuck were his friends? Excuse the French if I'm speaking harshly, but honestly, and now I've been reading, even comments, under videos and such and so forth, related to this case, and, reading articles and this and that and comments related. And, I see a lot of people being further divided, people making all kinds of racial comments back and forth at each other because one asshole, was allowed by people that saw the train wreck in slow motion. You know, there were people who sat there and saw this whole thing formulating and didn't do anything, didn't do a damn thing to stop this from potentially manifesting. Now, I know most people will be like, oh, but you know, parents, you know, they're not going to expect that their child's going to grow up and do something like this. Well, of course you're not going to expect your child to do something like that, but when you start seeing like signs that there's something off about your child, I believe that before they hit 18 or whatever, like it's upon you to be sure that you're raising them right, that they don't end up like that. I'm not saying it's not his fault. I'm not saying he didn't make the choice. I've said it in the past. I don't believe in that whole, like, devil made me do it freaking mentality. No. People that do evil shit, they make the choices to do evil shit. It's his fucking fault for actually pulling the trigger. But I'm saying, you know who else is to blame? All the people who watched him get this way and didn't do a damn thing to stop it. You know? And I forget who would, whether it was his father or his uncle. I think it was his father gave him. Yeah, it was his father. It was his father gave him a damn gun for his birthday. What kind of a birthday gift is that? Seriously? I mean, I don't know if this father was in denial or what the hell the story was. Or if his father was just as big of a racist and a twisted fuck as his son. Who gives someone who is in hate groups a gun for their birthday? People watched this happen, and they watched this crime basically unfold before it ever actually took place, because they sat by and did nothing while he just became this seething pit of hatred. They did nothing to intervene. I think honestly, if we're going to go after anyone, you know, prosecute anyone, hold anyone accountable, it shouldn't just be the guy that pulled the trigger. It should be everyone who kept their mouth shut, everyone who sat by and watched. Why? Because what you allow is what you condone. Blessed be and Ashe. Have a peaceful night. And until our next exchange, bye-bye for now.